Thank you. I actually, 1 second. Checkpointer. So this button. Oh, let me change the language first so I can read what that says. I think I want to use checkpointer, which doesn't seem to work. Okay, so T and then R to reload. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Unfortunately, I don't have a very convenient debug mod that just lets me teleport around wherever. Oops. Oh, the UI is different. It's rather. I'm gonna say that. Sure, that's probably what I want. I guess the mod got updated. Ah, shoot. I messed up. I'm trying to do a thing where I like. If I have both of them. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Also, there's a massive centipede in this room most of the time. You have to deal with that. You mad at me? Alright, bro. Nothing was even in the room. Can you get out of the... Did he just vanish? Hello? That Suicada is like always in the worst spot possible. You just sit there and block your path. I think I'm just gonna try to use the spear there consistently. Maybe there's a consistent spawn. Probably not. This room actually... Dude. How do I kill you? Like that. Oh, this is not Silksong. I don't need to. Yeah, checkpoint should work. So I was thinking, like, what if I just do like a slide pounce? That does not work at all. What if I do a charge pounce? Actually, where am I trying to go in this room? Like that worked pretty well. Just a throw boosted roll pounce. I didn't want to kill every creature in the room. Just that guy. And now I don't have an item. Like, you probably should have a rock for this room. What if I do like a pounce up here? That's enough to get me. Yeah, so like consistently. If you just need to make this jump, just do a pounce. I better not aggro another one. Kind of saved that. Not really. What does a throw boost look like? Or what if like a roll? You're probably gonna land somewhere on that platform, and you just kind of do that. That does work, in case maybe I want to do it like this. It kind of skips requiring needing the item and being good at vaults. Then that might happen. Ah, my save states. Silksong spoiled me with quality of life mods. Not quality of life, but like speedrun practice mods. You just press a button and you're exactly at the point that you want to be. Plus, you have like all the items and health and whatever else that you set for that state. That is a way to do that. I need to recognize that. I guess that strategy isn't as consistent as I thought it was. How am I? All right. This jump right here, that's like a vault spot. Playing Watcher, I don't know how to feel about this yet. Well, I did fall down there. There's a pole here. Oh, it's a horizontal pole. That's weird. It's cool to see the community kind of work together towards something, because right now there's this event or competition or something. I'm not really sure what to call it. Bounty for doing Watcher speedruns. It's like, yeah, that's cool. That people are like working together, routing out these categories and such. But also, it's like sometimes it's not a great experience to speedrun this game. And in the past like 2 years, I've had a lot of experiences with speedrunning Rain World that have not been great. It's not, I mean, it's just kind of how the game is. Not every game is designed to be speedrun. guess I'm a bit worried about like falling away from this community that I've been a part of if I don't enjoy Watcher, because Watcher received an update recently. Now, honestly, I've just kind of had a unfortunate experience with. It probably is a great update. It's kind of hard to judge. Personally. It's just hard for me to judge based on my experience with it. But I know that like a lot of the things that were added or changed were things that I would have liked to have seen initially for Watcher. Never participate in the first place. Yeah, let me just like. Well, yeah. Why even like stream either? Why not just like do nothing? Touch grass. Really, is the best solution, isn't it? It's like, what if like people really get interested in Watcher stuff, in doing all this different speedrun categories, maybe like Watcher Bingo, because you know there's been a lot of bingo games going on recently. It's like, hey, here's a new character. Why don't we do bingo for this character in this world state? Not really world state, just entirely unique map, you know. Okay, maybe you misunderstood what I said. The community that I'm a part of is the people who watch my live streams and like 10 other like people who are like speedrunners. 10 is like a rough estimate. I don't want to like count people individually, but like. I mean, imagine, I don't have to imagine. It's actually a pretty common scenario. But you have a group of friends, and you hang out with them regularly. And you just like, let's say you just play whatever game is like popular at the time. And so some game comes out and you all play it, and it's really fun. And you have a great time for like 2 months. And then, you know, people get tired of that game, move on to other things, whatever. You know, that happens, time passes. A new game comes out, and personally, you're just like, you just don't vibe with it, you know. It's like, it's just not your kind of game that you're interested in. You think it's very enjoyable to play, but of course everyone else in the group is enjoying it, and now it's like, well, you know, this thing that we normally do is kind of, you know, I could like force myself to be a part of it and participate in this game that I don't enjoy, or just kind of like distance myself from what's going on. When Among Us became popular, that was a lot of my experience. Because I really hate those kinds of social deduction games. I just didn't really want anything to do with that. But of course, like, for some time on the internet, that was like the game that like everyone was playing. Like, well, I guess I'll just chill for a bit. I mean, there's also like single player game. Man, I wish I had like dev tools or not dev tools, but like some sort of way to set checkpoints between rooms. If you play a single player game, you don't need to you can enjoy the game yourself, and then the community is just like talking about your experience with the game with other people. Maybe what I'm doing is some of my favorite creators on the internet are the ones that can highlight some random piece of media that I would have never known about otherwise, and make it sound like a masterpiece. Maybe that's like a weird way to say it. Like, if it's not a masterpiece, they try to like make it sound like it is actually. But I mean, like, some random obscure game that I've never heard of. Like, hey, this is actually really cool. Salesman? Okay, well, maybe I'll just shut up at them, My reactions to things are very delayed. It's kind of happened recently with Nine Souls, where Nine Souls is two things. Well, it's a lot of things, but it has a very interesting story, and it also has really good gameplay. And when I played it myself, I was thinking, this is a really fun game because I get to parry the boss's attacks. And, it's not a unique combat system. It is in some ways, but it just does it really well. So like, yeah, Nine Souls is a great game if you were up for the challenge. And then like a year later, watching other people's playthroughs of the game, I was like, oh, this story goes kind of crazy. All like the like foreshadowing and the character. I'm not really good at explaining this kind of thing, but I appreciated the story more way later because I had time to think about it and I had time to kind of process like what was actually happening and what the story meant. There's this Let's Play channel that I've been watching recently that I think is it's not a unique idea, but it's basically just two people who are always there, and they talk to each other while they're playing the game. And having an extra person while you're doing a playthrough makes it like 10 times easier to understand what's going on. Just like asking questions and like just like having a discussion with someone makes it way easier to understand what's going on. And also increase the chances that either of you will figure something out. Anyway, as I was saying, maybe I'm just stupid and I have a hard time reading stuff and actually understand what I'm seeing. There are times where I read like dialogue between two characters and I'm like, I have no idea any of the information that is being attempted to be conveyed to me. And then, you know, sometime later I figured out. And there's also so many distractions when you're playing a game. Like you might be worrying about like gameplay related stuff. This is any percent. I guess I'm practicing for a run in the future, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of pretending. Pretending that I'll like actually speedrun this in the future, and by the future I mean this month. Maybe if I just pretend that I'm a speedrunner for a while, I'll actually like finish a run. That's kind of the strategy for everything, isn't it? The funny thing, if I cared about the coins, I probably should focus on a different category. I have a feeling we might not get many raw percent submissions that are optimized, so that would probably be an easy category to get top 3 in if I really focused on it. However, I don't understand raw percent. That's exactly the problem. It's an unpopular category, so for a reason. And I don't know how much I'd be able to just copy whatever like the world record is. That's my favorite strategy. Just look at what someone else did and copy it. Just cancel my input. I'm pretty sure it's just random and like improvised, unless it's like you can really like route you can route it with seating. Jump, dude. So I'd actually had to spend a lot of time to like learn the strategies involved and a lot of routing. There we go. There's like actually movement that you do intentionally there. What is rot percent? That is, get your, does it require that your ripple level is high enough? Actually, does your ripple, is your, oh, you need to be able to create portals. So that's like a couple of ripple levels. And then you go to Outer Rim, to the Prince. You make 4 portals there to start the spreading. And then you need to just route the rot spread through the rest of the regions. And so that is the system that I don't understand. I know that if you warp from a rotted region to an unrotted region, it spreads it. Can you just like go back, like create a port, like you're in a rotted region, create a portal, go to random unrotted region, go back through that portal, make another random portal? Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that. I also don't know how much the rot spreads automatically, because I think that can happen if it gets to a room with a portal in it, but maybe that just takes way too long in the context of a speedrun, unless you shelter a whole lot. But also, like, the warps are random, right? So movement is probably completely improvised. It's not like something you can just learn. Although I'm kind of just making things up. Do a slide, please. You could probably pick this up if you timed it right. So a lot of the rot spread is done directly from the throne. What do you mean by chaining them together? Because like unless the rot, because like once you spread rot to a region, you can't. Can you then create another portal and bring it to another region after that, or do you mean go back through the portal to the original rotted region, or I guess the throne? Well, like you can't do that in the throne. Because I would think once you enter the region, you can't create a portal, and the rot is only in that one room, or maybe the rot. I don't know. Unless you shelter in between then. It works in an adjacent room. That's interesting. Is that a change from the updates? Wait, you don't need to eat this because you already have cornflower work. You're always just gonna be tired from this, yeah. Maybe there's not a point in waiting. Also, I don't think the memory leak is fixed. I'm gonna call it a memory leak because that's what it feels like. Or other lag issue. It's definitely still a thing, and definitely going to make this experience really annoying. Well, it's not like the game is just laggy. I could be sitting here doing nothing, and it would, like, my, like, PC fan would be going crazy, and the game would be dropping frames at some point. And maybe OBS too. And then I reset the game, and I'm in the exact same situation, and suddenly it's, like, totally fixed. You know, I should probably, like, just never complain about any issues, ever. Like, if I'm not gonna put in the effort to try to fix things, I should just, like, just accept the way it is. No, for me, it does go up to 100% CPU usage. Overall, I guess, across the whole computer, and then Randall does the majority of that. Unless I reset the game occasionally. So this... How do I practice this region? Because it's all, like, psycho-based, isn't it? I sure wish I had a save state. That'd be great. Yeah, this whole game is cycle based. Oh, that kind of works. I wonder if that's, like, worth doing. not sure what you do if they turn on when you're in the middle of the platforms. I guess you just die. Oh, I guess you just die there too. Like that works like 1% of the time. I just use up my one chance right there. This region has lower gravity. It has to. It feels a little bit weird. 20% broken zero gravity. Maybe I don't bother with this. Just go through the tunnels. Oh, but that might, yeah, that one down there is dangerous. It's like, can I just reset? Oh, then I don't have floats. Yeah, that's, and also I think potentially the seating gets messed up. I do have floats. I guess Karma Flower still. Yeah, I don't really know how to practice this segment. I don't know how to do movements. How does one do a slide pounce anyways? I think the timing is too difficult for a human. Yeah, that's just unreasonable, really. I'm not sure. How do you, like, not die if that happens? I got lucky. I was on the very last platform there. Oh, that was not a very far jump. This is the slide pounce button. Oh, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Oh. Yeah, so I don't have float. Can I, let me try. Get out of here. I didn't never change the language back. I guess I shouldn't worry about that. Maybe I'll try using these backups. I don't know if this will work, but I'll test it out at least. Players using simplified movement to be like. I find it, I don't know why I was reminded of this. I find it really funny when I stumble into a like circle of like content that is like totally unfriendly to like outsiders. Not like on purpose. It's just like so niche and so like how does one describe this? It's like videos made with the expectation that everyone watching is already like, they already know what's going on. And they don't spend any effort on explaining the context or like the basics or anything like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I always lose the niche competition. That's not what I'm doing. Actually, never mind. Watched. Yeah, let me just like write like a small note and hide, like bury it in the middle of nowhere. And I'll be like, I have that note is so niche. I wrote like a meme on that note, and no one will ever know. Damn. Slide bounces might just be the most difficult movement. I think it's more like I'm aware of some things that kind of feel niche, but it's actually like they're actually quite popular. It's just that I've never engaged with any like discussion or community or like anything about that particular subject. Maybe there's some random browser game that I played like 10 years ago. Like, oh yeah, that game is so niche, but like actually like a million people played it, and then like I just didn't get recommended the like YouTube videos or the YouTubers or streamers or something that care about that game. Damn. Okay. Like I need to remember, like I had a strategy for this room, and like if I don't do that strategy, you just die. Oh, YouTube always likes to show me the low view videos. There's like a specific slot in the recommendations that's dedicated to those creators. Oh, they undo your invisibility. I was if anyone is familiar with Animusic, this really cool series of like animated music videos where the animation is directly tied to what music is being played at the moment. I was getting recommended old like CGI like educational videos like from one of the creators of Animusic. That's relatively niche. Because there's a channel that like archives like all of the things that he's created, even so I think before creating Animusic, he made like a bunch of like old CGI renders for like some sort of like medical thing. I think one of them was like a visualization of like removing like a tumor in the eye. And what's funny about that video is that it has crazy music playing in the background because he's also a musician, and it's like kind of has the same kind of music that you would expect in Animusic. It's like it's a similar genre or similar like feeling from the music. It's like, why did you go so hard on the soundtrack for this like surgery simulation? I think the video has like 5K views. Whoop, don't eat, don't, hey, stop. This is the wrong way. I saw a rock and I'm like, well, I gotta go pick up that rock. Did I miss it? I did miss it. Oops. I guess I have some old knowledge about Rain World. Like, the original version of the More Slow Cuts mod. There's this one streamer, Applebread. He used to stream a lot of Rain World. Well, that's kind of how he got started. And I watched those old streams of the MSC Slugcats. And it's really funny that Saint has things like Saint was very different, but also like some things were kept the same. Like they died in one hit to everything, which is like kind of how it works, but like it's a little bit more generous. Like it doesn't kill you instantly. Like a Squidcada could just like one shot you if they wanted. If you died, you lost all of your karma unless you had a karma flower. So karma flowers were super important. And they did get ascension abilities at max karma, so I kind of got spoiled about that before MSC released, before the DLC. I was like, I already knew that Saint would be able to ascend 5 pebbles in Moon, because that was like one of the main things that you could do in that mod. And I also watched the same streamer play a beta version of MSC, specifically Spearmaster. So I saw Spearmaster starting region before, like, in Outskirts, like the area that they started in. I saw that early. I saw that they went to Moon, and Moon structure was, like, breaking, because, like, that's the state that it was in. I don't know, they might have changed that since then. I don't remember completely. They were going up the leg, like Moon's leg, but like there was like a storm or something. I don't know, I think that was just because it was unfinished. So they just blocked it off with rain. Oh, it also revealed the purple, or not the purple. Yeah, it is the purple rot. Not this purple rot, but the Mother Long Legs. That was in Garbage Wastes, in that old like beta live stream of Spearmaster before MSC released. I also knew about the Hurricane mod, the old mod for Rain World that made the game awful. And the Train Lizard, the purple Train Lizard, originated from that mod. Can I sneak in? Yes. Tricky Tony. That was pretty good. I forgot to make a save. That was kind of the whole reason I did this. Oh well. Yeah, the character showcase trailers. Those were hype. This is niche. Okay, here's another niche thing. There is the hits of Survivor. Yeah, just recolor Survivor. Oh, this looks weird. I turned up the visual effects. There's a Minecraft server called Mine in Abyss, which is inspired by Made in Abyss, which is really cool. They basically recreated the world in Minecraft and then made it a survival server, which I think is insane because the world is massive. and in like there was a like exploration mode you can go into, like a different server on the same world, but you just like fly around in creative mode. In that server, they had a list of commands that let you teleport to interesting locations, and one of the locations was not on the map. It was not in the map. It's like way in the middle of nowhere, like in some like cave. And it was like an absolutely insane build. Like a huge build, and it looked crazy, extremely detailed and such. Not in the source material, but inspired by it in some ways. In that test, like, creative world, I marked down the coordinates, went to the survival world, went to that exact location, which required digging through a ton of stone, because it was just, like, underground in the middle of nowhere. And I found this massive, like, underground structure with, like, a couple signs that, like, of messages from, like, 10 other people that had been to that location. I think that is so cool. That, like, maybe, like, a couple dozen people at most have been to that location in that server. And I don't even know if it still exists because... oh. That's loud. Like, I know Thunder is supposed to be loud, but, like, it's just surprising compared to everything else in the game. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if that, like, if that place still exists, because the server got reset at a certain point, and they changed some parts of the map. Whoops, I just messed that up horribly. Moth and shrimp are not the same animals. What? Really? Okay, here's a question. Are moths and butterflies different? Or are they just a different name for like, different, like, species that look a bit different, but they're all kind of the same thing at the end of the day? Butterflies are a type of moth. So is there some kind of like distinct like difference other than appearance? Because there's some moths that look a lot like butterflies. Anyway, that server is crazy. I've built things on that server. I've mentioned this before. Clubbed antenna. And the way they hold their wings while resting. Those are very, very big differences. I'm glad I'm out of food. I think because I ate one geoduck. I'm just gonna ghost this pipe. Like, this is just way easier. Okay, just barely made it there. Goodness. Not a fan of doing this movement without being able to see myself. I didn't mean to do that, sorry. Dot dot dot, yeah, I know. Is worm the name of a book or something? What is that supposed to mean? Ah yes, a reference to the animals, worms. Yo, hello. Thank you for the raid. There may be spoilers for Watcher if you are not already seen the ending. I'm bad. Can I just like do the old version of the skip? Do I have to be fancy with it? Doing that pretty quickly? Alright. That's alright. Thanks for stopping by though. Got spinning top ending? Okay, so you've seen this. I'm just speedrunning any percent, so this is all that I'll be doing. I mean, inevitably there will be speedruns for every ending and every category and everything, even if it takes like 5 hours. People speedrun RPGs that take like multiple days to complete. Isn't it funny? I was the person to look at those RPG speedruns and think, why would anyone do this? And then I proceeded to speedrun like a 5-hour RPG. Shout out to that game. I forget what it's called. Grimstone from UFO 50. Also, my computer is lagging now, so that's fun. Hopefully the stream can keep up. Actually, yeah, let's check the CPU usage. Oh yeah, it's just at 100%. 58% memory usage. Rain World is at like 75%. Yeah, I do that. That is part of my removing lag thing that I do. Oh, sorry. Crouch jump strat? It's not worth it. Is it this thing? Cauldron vaults? I hate them. I'm really bad at them, but they're kind of required in the speedrun. Yeah, fixing lag is just like going into Task Manager and asking it to treat Rain World nicely. That could have been better. Any percent is vault percent. So just like the way that they design the map is just like makes vaults more useful compared to base game map. Maybe because they were like also like allowing floats to be useful, because you slowly like get the ability to float. So like, well, we might as well like allow the floats to be useful. Is it working? This is the wrong way. This is the old route. I wish that still worked. That little skip you could do. We're really missing out. Where did I go? There's a pole here. Material. Full cover. It's actually funny. Ancient Urban takes up such a big chunk of the run. Which is kind of nice. It doesn't have any creatures, so it's a little bit more reasonable than most regions. Dementia. Dyslexia. I know what you're referring to. The Green Path cover. The peak. Rainworld music doesn't really have many strong melodies, so it kind of doesn't work for like half the actually like 90% of the songs. I really enjoy that piano cover. It is really good. Check out Andrew FM's YouTube channel. It has some bangers on it. Like the Grapplworm one. Yo, I wonder if I could cook something in my PC. Random god. I don't know, maybe like a kazoo. As a CPU temp, I don't know how to check that. I don't know if I have a way to check that. That's what my PC is doing right now. It's basically like an entire iterator can. It's funny to think that a computer is so tiny. Like usually the case is like pretty big, but like most of the main like components are just like little things. I guess like GPUs are like somewhat large, but like you know, phones exist. Phones are little computers basically. And yet like you know, iterators are like entire like mountains, and they're just like full of computing. Or I guess like servers exist. Those are like building size computers basically. Randall is like, look at how these massive supercomputers have had an impact on the environment, basically killing all natural life. And making the surface like a wasteland. By the way, we should build like more of these like AI that require massive like servers to run. Yeah, we should do that. We should do more of that actually. Thank you, Rainworld, for the inspiration. Oh, and if we put them like in oceans, we get like free like water cooling. Yo, Rainworld might be onto something. Whoa, careful now. Washer will never ball in. What is that one meme? Like, don't make the something. Dystopian sci-fi novel. Don't build the I forget what it's called. The Torment Nexus. Okay, I need to restart this game before... Well, before what? What is the worst case scenario? I don't know. Maybe my speedrun will just require like a break in the middle to reset the game. Yeah, don't build the Torment Nexus. Put them on Mars to warm it up. Okay, I think I'll just do some more like full runs. I just want to remind people that planets are really hard to destroy. Like, even if you blow them up, they're probably just gonna come back together due to gravity. So, like, you gotta blow them up so hard that the pieces fly out at, like, escape velocity. And if you're writing a story that involves characters getting really strong, you know, if they're able to blow up like a small island, the next step is not like the moon. If anything, they should be able to destroy a planet in the sense that they make the surface uninhabitable. That's way easier to do than like destroying the whole thing. Like, one little meteor could do that, you know? I don't have a spear. No, I don't know why I don't know the English language, actually. I've just been faking it the whole time. The next step is Australia. I just think power scalars are a little bit silly sometimes. There's ways you can make interesting jumps in power that don't involve going to the next celestial object, you know? Like, oh wow, they can destroy a whole island. What's bigger than that? A whole continent. What's bigger than that? A whole planet. Or a moon, I guess. You go from moon to planet, and then like a bigger planet. And then like the sun? Actually, no, the sun is kind of boring. Like, why would you just blow up a star? You have to blow up the whole solar system, obviously. Ow. There's a certain level of destruction where it just becomes like, who cares if the destruction is on a bigger scale, you know? Like, if you could destroy one planet, you could just go around and destroy planets at whatever pace you want. And like, what bigger thing is there that like matters if you destroy it? Hey, spoilers. I mean, it's just like kind of slow and boring. Like, oh, there's no more sun. I guess all the planets will just kind of float around and get cold or whatever. Nah, I guess a supernova would probably destroy everything. So all you gotta do is trigger a supernova. I don't know why I think of like blowing up a star being less destructive than a supernova. It's like blowing up a nuke, but not triggering the the fission and fusion reactions. Or I guess it depends on the bomb. I don't actually know. Please. Dude, this is what I mean about like vaults in this run. I need to remember to get a spear there. In non-speedruns, yeah, I guess that makes a big difference. You're not pressured to like do it as soon as possible or like to do it on your first attempt. It's like, well, if I can do the vaults in any capacity, then I can get places where I couldn't get before. What is this conversation? Okay, spoilers for Outer Wilds. The Nomai kind of bother me because they like built this whole plan around blowing up the sun, and then they're like, we can't do it actually. Like, I feel like there should be more dialogue about this. They're like, yeah, we tried to blow it up, it just didn't work. That's just too bad. I guess we just stop trying now. Give up the whole operation because we can't do it. Like, they seem to be quite confident if they built their whole plan around it. That they were confident that it was going to work up until the moment that it didn't. Like, damn, I guess we got our calculations wrong. Whoops, that's like worst case scenario. Like, maybe like put a little more energy into it. Maybe like try another strategy. I don't know, man. Like, surely there's like more things you could try other than just giving up immediately. Or maybe like if they didn't get killed by the interloper, we would have seen another text or like a message board that's like, we have a new like, shoot, I don't know how they talk. We've discovered something new that might help. And they talk about like it was like a huge disappointment. Like they that's what the sun station was for, right? They built the whole sun station. They tried it and they're like, well, it didn't work. And it not only did not work, but it was like not even close to working at all. Like the sun did not react at all. Where'd my rock go? Hello? Well, damn. Not the only one. I don't know. I had a rock. Where I don't know where it went. So I was gonna do an E-slide. Where else do you go from our plan above the sun did not work? I don't know. Try it. Try a little harder. What if they built like a really big like sphere of metal and then they warped it directly into the middle of the sun? That probably wouldn't do anything because it's the fuel running out, not the iron. It's, well, the iron is kind of the result of the rest of the fuel running out, I guess. You'd probably just like, well, yeah, I don't know what would happen. Wow. Crazy. The vaulter? The one who vaults? Just teleport empty space into the sun. Okay, I thought that would work, honestly. Oh, I should probably just reset. Ask the void nicely. Well, it's kind of a complicated process. You gotta get the like void heart and everything. What does solar panel benefit from a supernova? Like, wouldn't I feel like they just get destroyed before they actually were able to collect any energy? Getting better at this region. I'm not doing that consistently. Swim in a reactor cooling pool. Man, there's so many ways to get superpowers I was unaware of. Shout out to that one guy who like willingly swims in like swamps with brain-eating amoebas in it, and he's like, actually, there's just if you just like plug your nose really well, you're totally safe. Or you could just like not put your head in the water. If you're crazy. I don't know anything about this guy. I just like I saw like the thumbnail of their videos. That sounds like something I'd love to stay very far away from and like not even risk, you know? It's like going into going into like caves. Some of them are probably cool. Like if you have enough space to like walk around comfortably, then it's probably all right. But like squeezing yourself in cracks, like at the bottom of a cave that might like fill with water at some point. Like I'm good actually. It's actually really easy to like not to get into a situation like that, you know. Leech water, that sounds fun. This cave killed. Damn, I gotta go there. Sounds like a great time. Okay, I'm currently holding 2 rocks. Surely that is enough, you know? It's crazy when you have a consistent strategy and it consistently works, and then when you don't do the strategy, it doesn't work. What happened? I looked away for like a millisecond and suddenly I'm dead. I was chilling. What? Lizard? No, I'm doing this. At least it's like pretty early in the run, so it's not that bad if you die. I totally shouldn't have died there. I don't know what I got stuck on. Oh, I wall pounced. That was a wall pounce. I didn't even notice. I couldn't hear. Oh, did I just like break the stream? I don't know if you saw anything. The funny thing is that I don't even have creatures enabled. This is like ultra easy mode. Sorry, man. You can't get in the way of a speedrunner. Can I not, like, slip off of that? Yo, that's kind of smooth. Yeah, this mod should just delete the slug pad as well. Well, yeah, this mod like specifically deletes the creatures that you select. So I've purposely gone and selected like all of the hostile creatures. Well, most of the hostile creatures. Have I really just died to Badlands every time? I gotta lock in. I feel like that should not be working every time. Like, it's like a surprise to me when it works. I knew that would happen. I was just hoping that it wouldn't. Yo, it's just a bit bright in here. What'd you think? What was in this room in Old Aether Ridge? If this room even existed. Stuff, probably. Thank you. Oh. Alright then. Nice slide. Delivery. You should be able to tame a creature. I don't know what kind of creature this would be. Probably a flying one. And if you tame it, then it will go out and collect food and like just deliver it to you. Here you go, I caught this like centipede, or I caught this like noodle fly. Like a crow. Yeah, they bring you little gifts. Or a cat. I guess we're select cats. I guess we're doing that to like lizards. We're like, hey, here's like some food that I got. It's cicada. Shout out to crows and ravens. They're pretty cool. How am I doing? What does it look like? Can I just do this? I'd like to finish a run, maybe. I'm doing practice runs without creatures enabled, and I've died to the locust every time. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm just being eaten alive. It's not a big deal. Implies you're a plant. Hey, it's frame rolled. Anything can happen, you know. The centipedes can give you an electric shock, you know. Sorry, this kind of bothers me a little bit when people are like, this creature in Rain World is named this animal. It's named after this animal in real life. Therefore, they must have these similarities. And it's like, well, I think we just name it that because that's like the most similar thing that we're familiar with. Like, yeah, these things, they look like spiders. They kind of act like spiders, maybe. I don't know. I guess they do. They don't build webs. They can, like, revive each other temporarily, and they can, like, shoot, like, paralytic venom. I guess that's not usual. Like they get just the projectile part is. Also, they like group together and form like centipede like. Yeah. Centipede like structures. Damn. I had a rock. I wanted to like find a rock to throw. Maybe I should just do that. Just ride the current the whole way. I don't know if I'm close to dying doing that. Expedition complete. I can't wait for these routes that I'm getting used to be completely invalidated by a handful of creeper spawns. I mean, what if the knight just tried really hard to turn back into a worm, you know? Like, maybe they can. Maybe that's the next game. Alternate timeline where the knight becomes a worm and you like start up a new kingdom, and it's like a city managing game, but for bugs. Hungry Knight. I think it's so funny. I don't know exactly how things happened, of course, but I think the character that they designed for Hungry Knights, they just decided to just reuse it for Hollow Knight. Like, we already have this little guy, let's just like use him for the next game that we make. My guy. Can I, like, slide ever? Please. Certified skill issue death. Yeah, time to like roll a wheel to determine like what kind of suffering I'll have to endure later. Is that how it worked? I forget what the thing was. Or like let people vote, or like I don't know. Are you really just meant to like sit down there and like burn to death if you mess up a jump? Is that really how they designed this area? That was a really high jump. I might have made it without the floats. Wait. Oh, okay. That was close. What kind of like condition do you have to have in your brain that makes you want to do an already really hard speedrun and then add like extra like hard challenges on top of it that just make the experience worse? It's a buff, honestly. Money. My left ear really enjoyed that. My right ear really enjoyed that. Shout out to YouTube videos that you can only hear in one ear for some reason. I need to eat something, actually. Oh no, there's like a billion Lily pucks. I think there may have been a misunderstanding about the kind of games that I enjoy. Some proportion of the Rain World player base really enjoys suffering, which does not include myself. Although I do like challenging games, but there's like a difference between like a challenging game that's like fun versus one that's just like awful and annoying and hard to get into. Like select. Oh, I can't say anything here. Celeste is a very challenging game. I don't think people would disagree with that, unless you're like really familiar with platformers already. But even then, there's like the like seasides and whatever. I don't think there's any like suffering involved with playing Celeste. It's actually like quite a comfortable game to play. A lot of like quality of life stuff. Lets you reset attempts really quickly. Like hitboxes and stuff are like really generous. It's a very generous game, but it's still very challenging. I think games that are more on like the Celeste end of the spectrum are like my preference. Rain World I think is just like a really weird exception. Actually, like, no, Salination is not that bad at all. It's like, because we're already done with it, and there's like no creatures on that path. ASCII-based games. See, I don't know about that, you know? Why is this song playing? Why not? Oh, I made it. I made it. I totally just made it. Not this. What's wrong with garbage waste music, you know? You have a problem with it? What's wrong with the funny music? No, I totally get it, but I mean, we're not exactly going for immersion right now. We're back. I realized my mistake. You can't, oh shoot, that really sucks, actually. Because you need karma. Whoops. You can't float in that state. Yeah, minor time loss. You can kind of do the float tech with one lower car or ripple level. It's not as good. Max level does make a pretty big difference. Oh, and we get a dream too. Thank you very much. I'll be honest, I have not looked into the dreams that much, and I have no idea what they mean. And I think the update added a few more that I've seen like one time. Watcher is like alone, I guess. They're like a passive observer of whatever's going on. I don't know. The explosion dream. I feel like I'm a tourist right now. I don't know anything about this DLC, and I'm building it regardless. Getting my citizenship for the Watcher DLC. For Rainworld the Watcher. You can probably just make that with one vault if it's a good one. White Lizard Gaming. There's so many White Lizards here. Just like the song Ors is. Hey, this guy's got a tag. Yo, it's the ancients. No way. They have cars. That's not what I meant to do. Did they have a car culture? Surely. Because what other reason would there be have cars? Also, it's kind of funny, based on the shadows, they're basically just rectangles. Whatever those vehicles are. Buses. I guess it's kind of hard to get a sense of scale from that perspective. Air submarine. Yapper. Fitting song. Is this a fitting song? Submarine or subterranean vibes? Submarine. That'd be so cool to see like an underwater structure that you could explore. Where just like glass, you can like see like the aquatic life. In Rain World, I'm thinking like an idea for a region in Rain World. I don't know why they would want to build something underwater. I mean, there's submerged, but that's very much in the water. It's not like undersea. Oh, is there a mod region like that? I'm thinking you're very much isolated from the water, but you still can like see into it. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like most of the like aquatic creatures in Rain World are kind of boring. Like jet, like who cares about jetfish really? And then like what else is there? Like leeches, centipedes. Past migration path. That region has a pretty cool atmosphere in the lower sections. It kind of feels like it's underwater, doesn't it? Slightly suboptimal ploy playing. The lab in Nine Souls? Yeah, that's a really cool location. It doesn't even like draw any attention towards like the aquarium in the background. Or I guess maybe it's just like, actually I don't know what is up with that place. There's just like fish in the background. There's like a massive like shark looking thing, I think. Why is there water there in the first place? Anyways, I think I'm pretty done with the stream. Pretty done with this game. Had a lake. The lab is in the lake, maybe? Yeah, I think it's gonna be in the stream. Oh, my computer. I'm making pretty good progress on Silksong. I think I'm almost at the point where I can feel confident doing a full run while knowing like all like the tricks and movement and whatever. I think mainly I just want to focus on practicing some arenas and get consistent with those. Like High Halls Arena is still a pretty big difficulty spike. But I might be able to do like full runs somewhat soon for Silksong. Because I don't see what I would achieve with that like I don't think I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. I don't think I really want to either. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. See ya. Oh, watching the watcher.